You know, in the 2010s, it felt like the Kardashians owned the world. Everywhere you looked, every headline, every gossip blog, they were there. And honestly, a lot of people still can't explain why. What exactly made them so famous? Was it their looks, their drama, or something else entirely? But we all know how they got there, and it's not a story you hear in polite company. It all starts with Kim Kardashian, her infamous adult tape with Ray J, and the woman who built the empire around it, her mother, Kris Jenner. That tape wasn't just scandalous, it was strategic. It catapulted the Kardashians from total nobodies to one of the most talked about families on the planet. From there, a reality TV dynasty was born, and the blueprint for turning private lives, and even children, into public profit was set. Fast forward to today, and history might be repeating itself with the next generation. Kanye West has been warning us, and now the spotlight is on his daughter, North West. In this video, we're breaking down the origins, the warnings, and what could be happening right now behind the Hollywood curtain. To really understand what's happening today with the Kardashians and Kanye West concerns, we have to go back to where it all began. The early 2000s were a different world, and the Kardashian family? They were nobodies. Kris Jenner, the woman now hailed as the mastermind behind one of the biggest celebrity empires ever, had no empire to speak of. She had been married to Robert Kardashian, the lawyer famous for defending O.J. Simpson, and later married Bruce Jenner, now Caitlyn Jenner, who had some Olympic fame, but by the mid-2000s, that was fading fast. Kim Kardashian, on the other hand, was living what seemed like a normal socialite life. She was Paris Hilton's personal assistant and stylist, mainly working behind the scenes, folding closets, and helping Hilton prep for events. No one was paying attention to Kim or the family for the most part. Everything changed in 2007. That's when Kim Kardashian's adult tape with Ray J, Kim Kardashian Superstar, hit the internet. Officially, it was labeled as a leak, a violation of privacy, but the story most people don't talk about is how the tape may not have been entirely accidental. According to Ray J, the entire situation was orchestrated. He says that he came up with the idea in 2003 while dating Kim, inspired by the success of Paris Hilton's infamous tape. He claimed that Kim and Kris Jenner were fully aware and even negotiated with Vivid Entertainment, the adult film company, to release it. A lawsuit followed shortly after the leak, with Kim suing Vivid for $5 million, but that suit was dropped almost immediately after a deal was reached. In other words, the tape, the scandal, the headlines, it was all part of a calculated move. This moment, as shocking and controversial as it was, became the foundation of the Kardashian empire. Kris Jenner saw opportunity where most people saw disaster. She approached Ryan Seacrest with an idea, a reality show that would follow the Kardashians' lives. The timing was perfect. Kim's name was everywhere, and Hollywood executives realized there was a gold mine in turning the family's private moments into public entertainment. By late 2007, Keeping Up with the Kardashians debuted on E! Network, and just like that, the family went from being nobodies to being Hollywood royalty. The tape, which should have been a private scandal, had instead become the springboard for a multi-billion-dollar empire. The Kardashian brand has always revolved around one thing: turning personal moments into entertainment and monetizing every step. From luxury closets to family drama, from social media posts to red carpet appearances, nothing has been off limits. And it didn't stop with Kim. Every daughter, every member of the family became a part of the strategy. Kylie, Khloe, Kendall, and even the younger generation have been introduced to fame and the cameras almost as soon as they could walk. The blueprint Kris Jenner set in motion decades ago still dictates how the family operates today. Manipulate perception, embrace controversy, and profit. But the story isn't just about fame. It's about control, influence, and, according to Kanye West, the worrying pattern of over-sexualization that seems to be repeating itself with the next generation. If history is any guide, the empire that started with one tape and a reality show is far from done. It's evolving. And that evolution now includes children like North West, who are growing up in the shadow of one of the most influential, and some would say troubling, families in modern celebrity culture. Once the Kardashian empire was in full swing, the family's influence on Hollywood culture became undeniable. But while Kim's rise to fame was explosive, it was her personal life that would bring her into the orbit of one of the biggest names in music, Kanye West. By 2012, Kanye and Kim began dating, instantly making them one of the most talked-about couples in entertainment. It wasn't just celebrity gossip anymore. It was a cultural event. Every Instagram post, every red carpet appearance, every public sighting was dissected and analyzed. Kim, already infamous for her strategic rise, now had a partner who was an empire in himself, a hip-hop legend with a history of bending reality to his will. Together, they became an unstoppable force, drawing eyes and headlines from every corner of the globe. By the end of 2012, fans had even more reason to obsess. Kim and Kanye were expecting their first child together. North West was born on June 15, 2013, and from day one, she was in the spotlight. The public watched as the couple navigated parenthood under a microscope, and for a while, it seemed like a fairy tale. But as with most Hollywood stories, things rarely stay perfect. Over time, cracks began to appear. Their marriage, full of public moments and media spectacles, eventually reached a breaking point. In February 2021, Kim filed for divorce, and by 2022, it was finalized. Custody arrangements were split, and Kanye was ordered to pay $200,000 per month in child support, a staggering $2.4 million a year for his 4 children. For most people, these numbers are incomprehensible. For those observing from the outside, it was just another headline in a saga that never seems to end. But the divorce wasn't just about finances. It was about control, influence, and, according to Kanye, protecting his children. From 2022 onward, Kanye became increasingly vocal about his concerns regarding Kim and the Kardashian family. He claimed that his daughters, particularly North West, were being overexposed and sexualized far too early. He raised alarms about North's interactions with pop culture figures he deemed inappropriate for her age, including rappers whose songs and content were not suitable for children. He criticized Kim for allowing outfits and social appearances that, in his eyes, were part of a dangerous trend of grooming kids for Hollywood exposure. While many dismissed Kanye's comments as erratic or attention-seeking, there was an underlying concern that could not be ignored. History might be repeating itself. The troubling patterns that Kanye highlighted echo the same ones that launched Kim into fame in the first place. Kris Jenner's strategies with her daughters, whether seen as ambitious or exploitative, involved turning private and intimate parts of their lives into public spectacle. From adult films to reality TV, the blueprint was clear. Use the spotlight to monetize personal moments, often at the expense of personal privacy or innocence. Kanye saw this blueprint applied again to his own child, North West, and spoke out repeatedly. Though his methods were controversial, the concern was consistent. The notion that children are being molded into public personas long before they can consent or understand the implications is exactly what he warned against. And now, in 2025, those warnings are becoming harder to ignore. Public appearances of North West in outfits or makeup that many consider inappropriate for her age have sparked debate across social media and news outlets. The conversation is no longer hypothetical, it's happening in real time. North is navigating a world that has always been unforgiving to young girls in the public eye, and the pressure to conform to the Kardashian legacy is immense. What Kanye feared may be the next iteration of a long-standing pattern, grooming a child for fame in a system designed to reward exposure, controversy, and attention, sometimes at the cost of innocence. To truly grasp the gravity of Kanye West's concerns, you have to understand the pattern that built the Kardashian empire in the first place. The story of Kim Kardashian's adult tape isn't just a scandal, it's a case study in turning controversy into currency. While the public narrative paints Kim as a victim of a leaked tape, insiders like Ray J have consistently claimed the entire situation was orchestrated. According to him, the idea for the tape originated back in 2003, years before the official release. Ray J says Kim and Kris Jenner were aware of the plan, negotiating a deal with Vivid Entertainment long before the public ever heard a word. The supposed lawsuit and claims of consent violation were, according to Ray J, just part of a media strategy designed to create buzz, ensuring maximum exposure for the tape and, eventually, the family. This is the kind of calculated planning that defines the Kardashian brand. Kris Jenner, often called the momager, understood that in Hollywood, perception is everything. By controlling the narrative around Kim's tape, she didn't just salvage a potentially devastating situation, she transformed it into the launch pad for a multi-billion-dollar empire. Keeping up with the Kardashians wasn't an accidental success. It was a direct result of capitalizing on controversy, leveraging media attention, and strategically turning private moments into profit. Every move, from appearances on red carpets to Instagram posts, was part of a meticulously crafted strategy that blurred the lines between publicity, scandal, and fame. The implications of this strategy go beyond mere celebrity gossip. What Kanye has been warning about for years is the replication of this pattern with his own children. From the moment North West entered the world, she was in the spotlight, her every move documented and analyzed. While Kim may argue that she's letting her daughter express herself, the pattern mirrors the same approach that propelled Kim, Kylie, and the rest of the family to fame: early exposure, strategic positioning, and the subtle, but undeniable, sexualization of young girls for public attention. History has a habit of repeating itself in Hollywood, especially when families like the Kardashians are involved. It's also important to understand the role media plays in all of this. Every viral outfit, every TikTok dance, every paparazzi photo is another data point feeding a machine built on attention. This isn't just about fame, it's about molding public perception and controlling narratives. The Kardashians, under Kris Jenner's guidance, mastered the art of media manipulation long before social media became the powerhouse it is today. By carefully curating content and orchestrating controversy, they taught the world that anything, even a scandal, can be monetized if positioned correctly. And now, it appears the next generation, including North West, is being funneled into the same system, exposed to the spotlight far earlier than any typical child should be. Kanye West's warnings may have seemed extreme or erratic to outsiders, but when viewed through this lens, they start to make sense. The concern isn't just about celebrity parenting, it's about a repeated formula that turns children into public commodities. From Kim's tape to Kylie's early fame, the pattern is consistent. Young girls are groomed, sexualized, and placed into the public eye, all while the adults around them profit. For Kanye, watching North West navigate this same environment is understandably alarming. He has been sounding the alarm for years, highlighting that the system that produced the Kardashians' fame is exactly the same system threatening to shape his daughter's public persona. This isn't speculation. It's a continuation of a well-documented blueprint. The Kardashian family built their empire by monetizing scandal, controversy, and strategic exposure. And unless that pattern is actively challenged, history suggests it will continue. North West's story may well be the next chapter in a family legacy that prioritizes fame over innocence, media attention over childhood, and strategy over the emotional well-being of its young stars. By 2025, Kanye West's concerns about his daughter North West weren't just hypothetical, they were unfolding in real time. For years, he had been warning the public about the Kardashian family's tendency to overexpose and sexualize their children, using their image as a tool to maintain fame and influence. Many dismissed his claims as the ramblings of an eccentric celebrity, but as North West started appearing in public in increasingly mature outfits and styled in ways that seemed inappropriate for her age, it became impossible to ignore. Kanye's fears weren't about controlling fashion. They were about safeguarding innocence, something that the Kardashian family has historically leveraged for publicity. The pattern is eerily familiar. Just like Kim was propelled into fame through controversy and media manipulation, Kanye argued that North West was being introduced to the public eye under circumstances that could shape her childhood and identity prematurely. Social media exploded whenever North appeared in outfits that drew criticism, and mainstream media amplified every viral image, dissecting her style choices in ways that most adults would never tolerate for a child. From fake face tattoos to piercings and darker, mature looks, the headlines painted a picture of a child growing up under intense scrutiny, a direct reflection of the system Kanye has been warning about for years. Kanye's 2025 social media statements were some of the most alarming yet. On Twitter, he directly called out Kim and the Kardashian family, labeling them with terms that shocked the public, while also emphasizing his concern for North West's well-being. He argued that the family's legacy of turning personal lives and even children into public content was now affecting his own daughter. Many people reacted with skepticism, but looking back at the history of the Kardashians, the logic behind his warnings becomes clear. Kris Jenner built an empire that monetized intimacy and scandal, and now the next generation is stepping into the same system. North isn't just a child in Hollywood. She's potentially being groomed as the next face of the Kardashian brand. The implications go beyond celebrity drama. They speak to a larger conversation about the influence of media, the commercialization of childhood, and the ethical boundaries of parenting in the public eye. Hollywood has always had a history of using young talent to fuel attention and revenue, and the Kardashians have perfected this model over decades. North's situation is a modern reflection of that legacy. A child navigating fame, scrutiny, and public judgment before she can even fully understand it. Kanye's warnings act as a spotlight on the potential consequences of growing up in this environment, highlighting the tension between parental ambition, celebrity culture, and a child's right to a protected, healthy childhood. For Shade Pod viewers, this isn't just gossip. It's a case study in how fame can affect families across generations. Kanye's concerns are rooted in a pattern that began with Kim, evolved through her siblings, and now appears to be influencing North West's life. The public sees outfits and viral posts, but behind the scenes, a highly orchestrated system of exposure and image management is at play. Whether it's fair, ethical, or healthy is up for debate, but the reality is undeniable. The Kardashians have a legacy of shaping public perception and monetizing every moment, and Kanye's daughter is now part of that equation. As we watch this story unfold, the question remains, will North West have a chance to define herself outside of the shadow of the Kardashian empire, or is she destined to follow the same blueprint that has shaped generations before her? What's happening with North West now is more than a celebrity headline. It's a reflection of an entire system that prioritizes fame and profit over innocence, a legacy that Kanye has been warning about for years. And now, the world is finally seeing why he was so concerned. Before we wrap up, I want to take a moment to thank all of you for watching and being part of the Shade Pod community. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a deep dive into the stories the mainstream media won't tell you. This channel is all about digging beneath the surface, exposing the patterns and the truths behind the headlines, and giving you the perspective you won't find anywhere else. I also want to hear from you. Drop a comment below, and let me know what you think about everything we've covered today: Kim, Kanye, North West, and the entire Kardashian legacy. Do you think Kanye's warnings are justified, or do you think the criticism is overblown? Your opinion matters, and I read every single comment, so don't hold back. And if you really want to support the channel and get access to exclusive content, check out our Patreon. For just a few bucks a month, you'll get access to behind-the-scenes videos, extended stories, and early looks at the content before it goes public. By supporting Shade Pod, you're helping keep the truth alive and giving a voice to stories that matter. So hit subscribe, comment, like, and share this video, because together, we can make sure these stories reach the people who need to see them. Thank you for being part of Shade Pod.